Hey everyone, it's James from Fun Foods, and I'm going to show you how to make these everlasting Gobstoppers. Yes, these are real, they are Gobstoppers. They don't last forever, but they are a lot of fun making and they taste great. So keep watching and I'll show you step by step how to make these. The first thing you want to do is start off with a heavy bottom pan, and to that we want to add 1 cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup of water, and a 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. Now just take this over to the stove and heat it up. And you just want to stir this until all that sugar has dissolved. And when your liquid becomes clear, you can stop stirring. Put in a candy thermometer, and we want to wait until it reaches about 305 degrees just to be sure. Make sure your candy thermometer is not touching the bottom, but in the liquid. So while our liquid is over there heating up, I gotta prepare our molds. And I got this mold on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below in case you want to get a hold of one. It just has the right shape I'm looking for. Now the first thing I want to do is spray it with some cooking spray. Not much, because it is a silicone mold. And then I want to sprinkle a little bit of confectionery sugar across. Again, you don't want to fill it up with confectionery sugar, you just want a little bit. This is going to help it come out. I'm going to put my mold on a baking sheet like this, just to make it easier. When it reaches 305 degrees, you can pull your candy thermometer out and turn off the heat. Now we want to stir in our food coloring. This is blue food coloring. That's the first one I'm going to use. I'm going to put a few drops in here. Stir that in. After that's mixed in really well, next we can add our flavoring. I'm using raspberry for the blue. And I'm only going to add a little bit of this flavoring because a little bit goes a long way. Mix that in. Now we'll take these over to our molds and fill it up. So our liquid is done. It reached the temperature I wanted to get to. And now what I'm going to do is pour it into our molds. And I'll just start somewhere near the middle and pour it in. Alright, so after this has filled up, you just want to kind of work it around a little bit just to try to even it out some. And when you're pretty happy with it, you can just let it sit out until it hardens up. So I've let my candy harden up and I'm about to take it out of the mold. But what I forgot to do right after I poured the candy into the mold was use an offset spatula to wipe it across so that we'll have those clean lines to make it easy for our candy to come out of the mold. I will do that in the future batches because we have to make multiple batches of this with different colors. But for this one, I'm still going to try to get things out of the molds. If they don't work, I'll have to redo it. But what I think we can do is kind of just go along lines and break these. And you kind of break them a bunch of different ways. And they seem to be doing okay. So I'm going to do that and see if we can get them out cleanly. Yeah, they seem to work pretty good just doing that. And then we can take these after you break them up, and we have to clean them up a bit. So what I'll do is I'll show you. So they'll have the extra little excess candy on them, and you can just take a butter knife and try to clean it up a bit. And the reason we made extra is because sometimes when you're trying to clean these up, they will break, so you just use the other ones. This one worked out kind of good. Put that there. There you go, and just do this with all of them. And then after that, we'll make our next batch with a different color, different flavor, and we'll let that harden up. Now when you're all done breaking these up and getting them into little individual pieces, You just want to take this, set this aside. We'll come back to it later. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and make other batches. The same exact process. I'm going to use different colors and different flavors. That's the only difference. So we'll set this aside and come back to it later. And for the red cherry flavor, pour it all in here. And this time, I am going to take my offset spatula and just smooth it along. This will make it easier for them to come out when they're done hardening up. All in all, I made 5 different batches, each a different color and a different flavor. For instance, red is cherry, yellow is lemon, green is mint, blue is raspberry, and pink is watermelon. Well, my last batch is done cooking, and what I'm going to do right now is I have this separate burner here, and I'm going to put it on that. I want to keep it warm because we don't want it to firm up yet. So we have to kind of work quickly here. And what I want to do is start with yellow because I seem to have a lot of those. And I'm just going to dip this in here and put a dab right on there. And I'm going to take another color and put it just like that. And we're going to just kind of join these together to make what we're looking for. All right, so I messed up a bit when I had this on the burner. I had the burner on high, I didn't realize it, and it burned to this nice tar. That's not good. So right now I have this on the burner. I made a whole nother batch, and I put it on here, and I don't have the burner turned on. I'll only turn it on if I need it. So to complete where we were just at is I'm gonna take, here's the one we've been working on. You can kind of use whatever colors you want, just kind of spread them out, try to get them opposite sides if you can. Well, now it's time for the taste test. So I'm gonna give this a try and see how they taste all together. Almost like a fruit punch. Lots of flavor in there. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these everlasting Gobstoppers. This is a lot of fun making these. Please share this with any of your friends and family that might enjoy this. I had a great time making this. It was a lot of hard work, so just a warning, if you want to make these, have a whole day set aside because it does take a lot of work. But it was a lot of fun doing this. I hope you share this with somebody, and I hope you check out some of the other videos I have off to the side. I think you may enjoy those as well. And until then, I'll see you guys next week.